You know, choosing between corporate life and being your own boss, that's a decision most of us have to make at some point. Some people choose to play the 9 to 5 Monday to Friday game. That game is like signing up for a routine, familiar and predictable. Wake up the same time every day, get dressed, and head to the office. You spend your day doing work that you might care about or maybe not at all. You hang out with colleagues who might be your people or most likely not your people at all. And then Sunday evening rolls around and you get that feeling in your gut, that, here we go again feeling. But here's the thing, it's comfortable. You show up, you do your job, hit your targets, keep the boss happy, and the paycheck comes in like clockwork. There's a kind of security in that. You get to slack off a little now and then, and you don't stay up at night wondering where your next meal's coming from. But like everything, there's a price tag attaching to this security. And the price is that you're gonna be stuck in this game for a very long time. Especially if you've tied yourself up to credit card debt, a car loan, or mortgage, then you're really stuck. And by stuck, I mean most of your time, your life, is now shaped by your job. Let's actually do the math so I can illustrate this. You work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and that's 40 hours. And let's say you take around 30 minutes each way to commute. That's an hour a day, so 5 hours a week. Getting dressed, prepping lunch, maybe that's another hour a day, so 5 more hours. And then there's a decompression time after work. You get home and you're just done from all that workplace drama and politics. Let's say that's an hour each day too, maybe even more. So that's another 5 hours. So now we've got 40 hours of work, 5 hours commuting, 5 hours prepping, 5 hours recovering. That's 55 hours a week. And there are only 168 hours in a week. So if you sleep 8 hours a night, then that's 56 hours, leaving you with 112 waking hours. So 55 out of 112, that's almost half your life. And that's assuming you're leaving the office on time and not checking emails or group chats after hours. So yeah, you see, your time, which is really your life, is being run on someone else's schedule. And at the same time, deep down inside of you, maybe at night times, you can't help but to feel like maybe there's more things out there for you, you know, other than a job. But then again, you're stuck. You've got that it's just a job mindset to fall back on. I mean, it's comfortable, it's secure, and you can coast a bit with not too much risk involved at the moment. Now, on the flip side, there's an independent game, the be your own boss game, with no set hours, no one telling you what to do. For me, it feels kind of freaky at first. At least that's how I felt when I first got to taste that infinite freedom. It's exciting, but weird at the same time. It's like being the captain of your own ship. You choose your course, your clients, your projects, you wake up whenever you want, and you set your own schedule. Everything just sounds too amazing, right? But here's the catch. Everything has a price tag, and freedom isn't free. You've got to hustle every single day to keep that ship afloat. There's no monthly paycheck unless you make it happen. You're constantly chasing clients, pitching deals, hunting for the next opportunity. And if you don't finish the project on time, and if the client isn't happy, there's no guarantee you get a dime. And yeah, to be honest, most of the times you work way more and way harder than you would in a 9 to 5 job. But at least you're building something for you and not for someone else. And I forgot to mention, you still have to deal with people. You got clients, suppliers, and maybe other freelancers. And some of them won't be your vibe as well. But at least you're not sitting next to them for 8 hours a day, every day. I think for most of us, the scary part about being independent is you never really know if everything is gonna work out. There's always this feeling of uncertainty, which is very different from the security feeling that you would feel at a 9 to 5 job. So at the end of the day, both paths have its pros and cons. Like everything in life, one gives you stability, but it can cost you your freedom and your creativity. The other gives you freedom, but you have to fight for it every day. But for me, it's never been really about freedom or excitement or money, not even about comfort. For me, it all comes down to one thing. Am I still learning? Are there still skills that I can sharpen? Yeah, learning is the deal breaker for me. When I graduated from college, I took the corporate route. The salary, let's just say, needed my mom's help to pay rent. So thanks, Mom, by the way. But honestly, that first job taught me so much stuff that was way more valuable than my paycheck. But then 6 months in, the learning stopped. The work got repetitive. I was just mostly socializing with my coworkers because they were awesome, but I wasn't growing anymore. So that was my cue. That's when I said, ciao ciao to my first job. And then the second job comes by. That one lasted a couple years. And then after that, I just went entirely solo. My point is, if you're in your 20s, I'd say forget about money, forget about stability. Just focus on figuring yourself out. Find out what you're good at and just double down on it. Now, if you've got a corporate job that's constantly challenging you, helping you grow, then absolutely hold on to that. But if not, like in my case, then you've got to create your own challenges and learn the hard way. Because at the end of the day, knowledge and skill eliminate fear. And that's what leads to real freedom. So ask yourself this question every Sunday night when that feeling kicks in.